children. I'm Ramya, your science teacher of Kakatiya Public School. So today you are welcome to the science class of revision topic plants increasing the numbers. Okay, so in this class we have discussed about the plants, different types of plants and how they are useful to us and how they are increased in the numbers, in what ways they are increased, germination and new plants from the parts of a plant and how their seeds are dispersed, agents of the seed dispersal and different types of crops, how do farmers will be growing, protecting the different kinds of crops and how they are preserving. These are all topics we have learned. So today I am here to have a glance look of this topic, that is plants increasing the number. Okay, first of all coming to the plants. So from plants we are be getting the food like cereals, pulses, millets, etc. We are all getting from the plants, fruits, vegetables, everything we are getting as a food. First of all, plants are the best sources of the food, and we have to grow the plants. Okay, we should not destroy the plants, and also if we destroy the forests will be no more. And most important thing we are getting from the plants is nothing but oxygen, which is our life, which is nothing but our life. The only living organisms which are releasing the oxygen are nothing but the plants. So, how these plants will be increasing in the numbers? So, what are the what are the factors, like which stages of plant, or what are there in the plants to increase in the number? We are going to see. First one is the seeds. First one is the seeds. So, you know, many of the plants will be giving the seeds. These all seeds may not be grown into a new plant because of the soil. Because of the soil or due to heavy rains, okay, and not a proper land, no proper water, okay, no proper air, etc. will be dependent on the growth of a seeds. That is seeds need all the favorable conditions to grow into a new plants. Coming to the parts of a seed. Coming to the parts of a seed. So, parts of a seed. Okay. Okay. So, the outer covering of the seed we call it as a seed coat. The outer covering of the seed we call it as a seed coat. Generally, parts are of three types. That is, first one is the seed coat. Outer covering of a seed is nothing but the seed coat. I shown you the live seeds. Okay. And the two openings, if the seed opens into a tube, those we call it as a cotyledons. Those we call it as a cotyledons. Inside you will be seeing a baby plant is nothing but a embryo. We see a embryo. This embryo only will be growing into a new plant, taking the food from the cotyledons. So here seed coat, what is the function of the seed coat here? It will be protective layer of the seed. Cotyledons will be storing the food which will be supplying to the embryo to grow into a new plant. Embryo, it will be growing into a new baby plant. Okay, it is growing into a new baby plant. These are the parts of a seed. And if you take a seed and you are able to open it into two parts, those we call it as a dicot. Example, pea. And if you cannot open the seed into a two halves, that we call it as a monocot. Example, maize. Okay, these are the parts of a seed. Next, coming to the seed germination. The development of a seed into a seedling. The development of a seed into a seedling is nothing but a germination. Seed, the development of a seed into a seedling. So how we can say seed into seedling? The white portions will be coming out from the seeds when it is soaked in the water, and after 1 day, next after that we are tying in a moist cotton cloth. After 2 days you can see the white color portions coming from the seeds. That is nothing but the seedling. That process we call it as a seed germination. But not to germinate a seed, there are a particular conditions required to germinate a seed. So while we did an experiment, I told like 4 conditions we have taken. So what are the favorable conditions required for a seed to get germinated? That is, air should be there, sunlight, proper air, sunlight, that is nothing but the warmth, and air, sunlight, moist. Air, sunlight, moist are the conditions required for the germination of the seed. Next, coming to the process. How the process of germination takes place. I placed a video, picture also how the process of germination takes place. Seed, seedling, sapling, and a plant. Yes, seed, seedling, sapling, and a plant. Whatever the seeds are ready to get germinated, that we white color portions we have taken, that white color portions, from that the portion which is growing towards up, that is nothing but the shoot, and which is growing downwards is nothing but the shoot. So in embryo there are 2 parts, radicle and the plumule. Radicle will be developing into a root system and plumule is developing into a shoot system. And these cotyledons will be becoming the first leaf of a plant. After giving all the food to the baby plant, they will be get nourished and they are getting into a new baby leaves. Okay, in this way the process of germination will be taken. And after germinating the plant, seed, we will be getting the process of germination takes place. From that seeds, we are getting the new plant. And for getting a new plant also, we need a correct good soil. We need good soil, so that only the plants will be growing properly. Whatever the germinator seeds, if we soak in a soil, that will be because of the good quality of the soil, it will grow very soon. That is about the process of a germination. Next, coming to the dispersal of seeds. So the seeds which are coming from the plants will be moved. They are falling on the same place. Okay, there are number of trees or plants. Their seeds came out of the mother plant and they are all falling on a same place, because what happens if it happened like that, because of less place they may not grow in properly and all the seeds may not germinate. Okay, there won't be a proper sunlight, they won't receive proper air as it is a very tight place there. So for these conditions we need some agents to disperse these seeds, to move away these seeds. We need some agents. What are that? Agents of a dispersal. Okay, dispersal is nothing but the scattering of the seeds by an agent is called a dispersal. Dispersal is nothing but going away, scattering, not at the same place but it is moving to different places. That is nothing but the dispersal of seeds. This is happened by the nature. That who are helping to disperse these seeds are nothing but we call them as agents. Who are that agents? Air. That is nothing but the wind. Yes, wind, water, animals or human beings, and also explosion. Coming to the wind. So the seeds of a cotton, madar and hiptage, they will be having a very hair-like structures of the seeds, very light in weight, which easily will be scattered in the wind. When there is a wind, more wind, at that time, what are the examples of this wind? Cotton, madar, hiptage are the examples through which seeds will be dispersed because of the wind, as they are having a very light wind. Coming to the water. So if you take example of lotus, its stem will be very spongy. The stem of the lotus is spongy and the seeds also will be spongy. And coming the next example is coconut. Coconut, they are having the fibers. Their seed is covered with the fibers. So they will be easily float on the water and they will be moving with the water. Next, coming to the animals and the human beings. We will be eating the number of fruits like cherries, mangoes, orange, etc. And we are throwing the seeds to some other places. And those places, when the seeds fall on other places, their new plants will be growing. And also some seeds are having the spines, thorns, which are stuck to the outer skin of our for our dress or for the outer hair of animals, and when they are moving from one place to another, they will be throwing there, and from that places new plants will be growing. And coming to the explosion, if you take example of a pea plant, what happens? The peas which are growing through that plant will be becoming very old, and so because of internal pressure it will be burst. It will be burst by itself. That we call it as a explosion. Example P. And next, coming to the new plants from a different parts of a plant. New plants from a different parts of a plant. That is nothing but different parts of a plant. We are having a parts. Yes, we are having different parts of a plant like stem, root, leaf, fruit, etc. So here different different parts of a plant are also acting in getting the new plants. Coming to the root, example sweet potato. If we take a sweet potato, with the help of that roots, new plant will be growing. If you take a stem, rose, hibiscus, sugar cane, garlic, onion, these are also coming from the stem of a new plant, stem of the mother plant. And coming to the potato, if you see the potato, on that you are having eyes, white color portions, but like we call it as eyes. When that condition is there for a potato, if we take and put in a soil, we can get a new plant. And coming to the leaf, from the leaf, if you take example bryophyllum, this is very important. Remember children, bryophyllum is a plant which is getting new plants from the leaves. The leaf of a bryophyllum from the leaf only we are getting the new plant. So this is in this way the leaf will be there. From here we can get a new plants. So in this way different parts of a plant also acting in getting new plants. Next coming to the crops. Next coming to the crops. Next coming to the crops. What are crops? Plants which are growing in a particular period of like a certain period of time and in particular area, those we call it as a crops. The plants which are growing in a particular region or area in certain period of time is nothing but crops. Then we are having the two types of the crops. That we call it as the Rabi crops and the Kharif crops. Rabi crops and the Kharif crops. Rabi crops we call it as a winter crops and Kharif crops we call it as a monsoon crops. And this winter crops from November to April, and this monsoon crops from April to October. October. Okay, and examples of the Rabi crops are wheat and gram. Wheat and gram. And coming to the kharif crops, rice, bajra, maize, etc. Okay, and we are also having some vegetables which are growing in the rabi and the kharif also. Vegetables like cauliflower, cabbage, etc. growing in a winter season, and coming to the gourd, pumpkin, they will be growing in a kharif period, that is nothing but the monsoon. And next coming to the, not only the weather and the seasons are necessary for the growth of the crops, but they also need a proper soil to grow crops. So different crops will be growing in a different types of a soil. First coming to the rice, jute will be growing in a clayey soil. They will be growing in a clay soil which holds a plenty of water, which will be holding a more water. Next coming to the jowar, bajra, they will be growing in a sandy soil. They will be growing in a sandy soil. If you take a coconut, they will be growing in a coastal areas where they will be having the moist soil, and also tea. If you take a tea, they will be growing in a hill areas like moist soil, and cotton needs black soil. Okay, rice, jute need a clayey soil. Jowar, bajra need a sandy soil. Coconut will be growing in a coastal areas. Tea growing in a hill areas where it is a moist soil, and cotton grows in a black soil. And maize, onion, they will be growing on a hilly and the plain areas which need a well-drained soil. This is about the different types of soil where different types of crops will be growing. Next coming to the how farmers will be protecting the crops. How they will be protecting the crops? First of all, they need to select a good quality of seeds, and also they need to check the correct soil which is required for growing which kind of a crops. And they require to add manure to the soil. That is nothing but the fertilizers. It may be a natural or a artificial fertilizers like ammonia, phosphate, superphosphate, etc. are some of the fertilizers which will be added to the soil to improve the production of the crops. And also they will be spraying the pesticides. And they are spraying. How they are taking care? They will be spraying the pesticides. So that is nothing but which will be killing the insects like pests. We call it as a pest. Locusts, caterpillars, etc. They will be feeding on a standing crops. Once if the pesticides are sprayed, they will be killed. And more use of pesticides are also harmful to us only, because the crops with more pesticides will affect our health. And grazing, they should be taken care of grazing animals also. Grazing animals like buffaloes, cows, etc. What they will do? They will be feeding on these crops. And we have what they will do? They will be putting a fencing around the agricultural land, around their land. They will be putting the fencing so that they cannot enter into the field. But pesticides. Okay, and also they should take care of the diseases of the crops also. The crops also will be getting the diseases, so that should also be taken care. And they should irrigate the soil. What is irrigation? That providing the sufficient amount of water in a of time. And lastly, after growing the crops, they will be getting the seeds. After getting the seeds, not only the crop is important, but the seeds are also most important for a farmer. Seeds are also most important. These seeds should be collected properly and should be preserved properly. These seeds, after collecting, they will be putting in a very big containers that should be checked whether that should be very like dry conditions. No moist should be there. No moist should be there, and the dry conditions should be there. Then only they will be preserving in these containers. Later on, they will be setting in the market. They will be preserving for many years, and they are good quality of seeds will be getting, and they will be selling in a market, which they, in what way they will be earning the money. So this is all about our revision topic, increasing the numbers. I prepared a question paper, very easy. Don't worry, you can do very well. So till that time, keep watching. Stay home, stay safe.